Junior Natalie Steele is a potent weapon from the serve with her 21 service aces this season. On the Panthers side, Mount Pleasant also is coming off a winning Saturday at Ottumwa with 2-0 victories over Albia, Davis County, and EBF. The Panthers, whoa, there's another volleyball towards me. That's 2 weeks in a row. Anyway, the Panthers unfortunately suffered two 2-0 defeats at the hands of the Ottumwa Bulldogs and tonight's opponents, the Fairfield Trojans. Addison Clark brings her team leading 156 kills and 19 service aces on offense. The senior is also a potent weapon on the defensive side with her 169 digs on the year. Joining Clark on putting a damper on the Fairfield offense tonight is Jenna Schwartz. The junior medal hitter leads the team with a whopping 32 blocks, more than double the next Panther behind her, which is Addison Clark. With these two teams matched up on Saturday, Fairfield took the matchup courtesy of two 21-19 set victories, improving their overall record against the Panthers to 47-18 all time. We're about ready to start things off here in Mount Pleasant. We're going to take a short break and return with the opening serve right after these messages from our great sponsors. You've been watching the Mount Pleasant Panther pregame show brought to you by Pep Stop of Mount Pleasant.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Thrill, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dream. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew.
All right, here we go. The first serve for Mount Pleasant, and right away we got our first point of the ball game. Welcome to Mount Pleasant Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest O Threshers, and very quickly it is 1-0. Panthers serving for the second time is Abby McCarthy. And a block at the net. I believe that was Addison Clark with the block, assisted by Jenna Schwartz, who earlier I mentioned leads the team with blocks. It is very quickly 2-0 Mount Pleasant. McCarthy with the serve. And that is long to the back line. 3-0 Panthers early on. We have a homecoming crowd here in the gym at MPCH as McCarthy with the serve. Set over McCarthy. Assist over Clark. No. Back over. Touch. Save. What a dig by McCarthy. Over the net. Another touch. Another assist coming. Clark. No. Here comes a kill. And it's long. Point Panthers. Oh, that went Fairfield's way. My apologies there. The serve. McCarthy to Scott. A little touch. Dug up. Oh, what a dig. Nice. McCarthy, and we got a whistle. Looks like we got a net violation. Point. I am getting my stat sheet updated here as we go. Addison Clark will now serve. 4-1. The service. The set. And a deep. And, a little bit too much touch for Addison Clark. It's 4-2. substitutions coming in for Fairfield. Lexi Mass coming in. And she's serving 2, serving 4. Service up. Clark. Set by McCarthy. Scott. And a little long. 4-3. These two teams, no stranger to each other, coming in 65 matches all time, with Fairfield having won 47. McCarthy to Clark, who again puts a little bit too much mustard on that hot dog, and it goes to the back line. And very quickly, a 4-1 lead has evaporated to now a 4-4 tie. Mast again to serve. White to McCarthy, who sets it up for White. Save. Set the other way, and an error. Centerstrom with the kill. Mast again to serve. Over the net. Schwartz. Clark. Scott. Ricochet. A set here. And a point. Credit Helmick with the kill. Lexi Mass now with her 5th straight serve. Over the net. White. Ooh. Coming in now for the Panthers is Meadow Carter. Lexi Mass to serve once again, 4 serving 7. A little long, but Clark's there. McCarthy. Scott. And that's out. All right, a 7-point rally here for Fairfield is 8-4 as the Fairfield student section starts to get a little loud. 7th serve for Mast. Carter. McCarthy with the set. Finds Clark. Dug up by Jones. Over the net, McCarthy. And finds a hole. Credit the kill to Abby McCarthy. My apologies, I said McCarthy, it's Carthy.
Located
And
just
Carter
south of the
serving
Mount
5.
Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement.
Scott keeps it alive. Little touch and a dig by Jones. Clark over. Credit the kill to Helmick. 9-5. Natalie Steele, the middle hitter for the Trojans to serve. 9 serving 5. Clark. Carthy. Scott. Hits the net, 10-5. And we got a timeout. Coach Schrader's going to want to talk about it. We're going to take a small break, and we'll come back here from Mount Pleasant. You're watching Panther
Located
Volleyball.
just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips
by
Auto
Midwest
Clinic
Ultra
has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
We're back here. Steele with the service ace. Carter unable to get a handle on that one. 11 serving 5. On the court for the Panthers, White, Carthy, and Schwartz on the front line. Carter, Clark, and Scott in the back line. Scott to Carthy. Back to Scott. A little touch. Dug up. And a point for the Panthers. Steele for Fairfield tried to save that one, get it over the net. Unfortunately for them, point Panthers. Substitution now. Alexis Rios comes in. Jenna Schwartz sits, and Rios to serve. Also in is Maya Starr, number 9 in the front line. And we have, what a way to come in. Alexis Rios right off the bat with a service ace. 7 serving 11. Setterstrom dug up by Rios. White, oh, what a dig by Mass Setterstrom. That's too many hits. Points. Panthers. 11-8. Trojans, 8 serving 11 here in set 1. Rios. Haynes, little touch. Scott to Rios, set to Clark. Over, Mast. Jones. Setterstrom with a little touch. Carter to Rios, to Scott. And out of bounds. Iris Lane, the senior, coming in. She'll serve here for the Trojans. 12 serving 8. Scott to Rios with the set. Finds White. Dug up. Steal, out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Leah Helmick. Alex Scott to serve, and talking to Coach Schrader before tonight's matchup. Very excited to see Alex Scott back in the lineup after missing some time due to injury. Haynes over the net to Carter. Carter to Rios. Clark. Helmick. Helmick with the attempted kill. No. Rios digs it up. Carter with the set. Clark. Now the other side. Oh, a quick hit by Faith Jones, the senior setter. Maddie Martin checks in. And Mallory Wiggle is now serving. Rios set. Clark. Little touch. Jones. Blocked at the net by White. Kinley White with the serve. McCready. Blocked at the net and out of bounds. Brianna White with the credited with the kill. Kinley White with the serve. Wiggle. Haynes, and it's out of bounds. Point Panthers. Back and forth affair so far. 12 serving 13. White once again serving. Jones. And Maddie Martin with the kill. Alex Scott in the back line tried to dig that one up, but unfortunately for the Panthers, it's a point. Isabel McCready for the Trojan serve, 14-12 Fairfield. White to Rios, and over, Starr, Jones. And we got a net violation. Steele with the lift. (14-13). We got a substitution. Jenna Schwartz comes back in for Alexis Rios. And Abby Carthy in for Maya Starr. Abby Carthy now serving 13-14. Wiggle. Haynes. Natalie Steele with the kill. And Addison Clark with the kill. 14 serving 15. Addison Clark serving for the Panthers. Jones sets it. Setterstrom. Dug up. Jenna Schwartz. Setterstrom got a little caught up underneath the net. Clark from the back line. Dug up by Wiggle. Jones hits the net. Point Panthers. And now, after all this action, back and forth, we have a tied set, 15-15 in the first set. We have some condensation on the floor. That's going to be taken care of by Setterstrom. Front line is Steele, Setterstrom, and Martin for... Oh, no, Setterstrom's in the back line. Steele, Jones, and Martin on the front line. Setterstrom, McCready. McCready with the dig. Jones with the set. Setterstrom. Met at the net. Deflected back. Carthy could not make the dig. And it's 16-15. Credit that kill to Setterstrom. Leah Helmick coming in. Lexi Mass with the serve. Carthy sets it up for Scott. Got a lot of power on that one, but Jones dug it up. McCready to Setterstrom. A little long. Scott to Schwartz. Dug up. Steele. Clark with the dig and at the net. Natalie Steele with the kill for the Trojans. What a rally that was. And now it's a 2-point Fairfield lead. Alex Scott was unsure if that ball was going to hit the back line, had to make a decision. It was dug up. And unfortunately for the Panthers, the rally went the Trojans' way, as that is a service error on Lexi Mass, giving a point to the Panthers. It's 16 serving 17, and Meadow Carter to serve for the Panthers. Helmick with the error, giving the Panthers the point. We are tied again at 17. Carter to serve for the second time. And that hits the net. Service error for Meadow Carter. Coming in is Haynes, and coming out is McCready for the Trojans. The serve is Steele. 18 serving 17 first set. Carter digs it up. Carthy sets it. Scott. Dug up by Mass. Carthy, Schwartz, men at the net, saved by Carter. Scott with a little touch. Jones with the dig, Mast. And that's in. No outs. Helmick hit the back line. Attempted to hit the back line, but it was a little too far. So we're now tied at 18. Carthy comes out. And so does Schwartz. Starr and Alexis Rios back in. Rios serving 18-18 first set. Haynes over. Carter to Rios. Finds White at the net. Point Trojans. Lane coming in. Setterstrom out. Lane to serve. Iris Lane, the senior defensive specialist. A serve. Carter digs it up. Rios to Scott and out of bounds. Unforced error there. And we got a timeout. Mount Pleasant. We're going to take a brief break. You are watching Mount Pleasant Volleyball, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Welcome back to Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
Engaging you with thoughtful.
Lane with the serve. Scott with the unforced error, out of bound. Point Trojans, 21 serving 18. A little cross up there between Clark and Carter. White at the net, hits the net, goes out of bound. Point Trojans, 22-18. During the break, both student sections were having an exchange of words as Rio sets that one. White with a little touch there. Lane to Jones. And long is that attempted kill by Helmick. And that gives the point to the Panthers. 19 serving 22. Alex Scott to serve. Mass. Lane. Oh, what? Carter with the dig. Rios with the set. Clark with a little touch at the net. Haynes. Jones over. Carter to White. Jones. McCready. Jones with the touch. Carter's there. Starr. Men at the net. Starr with a dig. Rios sets it up. Carter over the net. McCready. Jones. Set. Blocked at the net and out of bound. Point Trojans. Helmick. Maddie Martin comes in for Lexi Mast. And Leah Helmick comes out. In is Mallory Wiggle with the serve. Carter. Rios. Clark. McCready. Credit Clark with the kill. 20 serving 23. Brianna White checks in. Kinley White with the serve. Haynes over. Scott with the dig. Rios with the set. Brianna White finds a spot on the court for a point for the Panthers. It is now 23-21 Trojans. Lane with the dig. Haynes to McCready, trying to get over the net, and it does. Rios to McCready. Jones, and a little miscommunication there. Haynes unable to reach. And that's a Panther point. 23-22 Trojans here in this raucous gym, part of homecoming. We're going to keep it here as the Trojans call timeout. Back and forth affair this first set. Again, these two teams met on Saturday in Ottumwa, with Fairfield taking a 2-0 win with dual 21-19 set victories. So there's no doubt that this one's going to come down to the wire as a result. All right. Kinley White with the serve. Jones with the set. Haynes met by White. Brings it over. Lane. Jones sets. Martin. Rios. White. Alex Scott with the little touch. McCready with the dig. Jones to Martin. And too much touch. We're tied at 23. Folks, we're in for a fun one tonight. 23-23, first set still. White. Lane to Jones. Haynes deflected. Set by Rios. Scott. No. Jones with the set. Martin. Back of the line. Scott. Rios. Clark. Save. Wiggle. Jones. Sent over by Lane to the back line. Scott to Rios. Rios sets. Clark. And a dig. Lane. Martin. Dug up. Rios. Brianna White. No. Lane again. Jones over. White. Rios to Clark. Sorry. Lane again. What a rally. Martin with the touch. And unable to save it is Kinley White. Set point here for the Trojans. 24 serving 23. McCready. Rios. Scott. Unforced error gives the Trojans the first set. 25-23 as Scott was long on that rally, on that kill attempt. After one set, here in Mount Pleasant, we're in for a good one. Mount Pleasant 23, Fairfield 25. We're going to take a quick break. After these messages, you're watching Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Soul Threshers.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
Mount Pleasant Tire is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. We have everything your car needs, from oil changes to tire and engine repair and much, much more. Give us a call or go online at mountpleasanttires.com. Mount Pleasant Tire, we keep you rolling.
Your dream home in Mount Pleasant is your one-stop shop for everything home decor, flooring, and design. With options from recliners to mattresses and flooring options from vinyl plank to carpet, find your home's beauty at your dream home. Your home, your dream.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Thrills, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun. at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Community High School Gym. You're watching Panther Volleyball on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers. As we are getting set for the second set, Jones to serve. Kinley White to Rios, and that is another error for the Panthers that will result in a point for the Trojans. Some uncharacteristic mistakes here for the Panthers. As Jones serves, Clark to Rios, who sets it back for Clark at the front line, met at the net by Setterstrom, and that'll be a point. And Carthy and Schwartz are coming in. And Musselman and Rios coming in. The front line for the Panthers is Schwartz, Brianna White, and Addison Clark. Kinley White, Alex Scott, and Abby Carthy, who just served. Jones sets it for Setterstrom. Carthy with the dig. Set by White for Clark. Towards the back line. Jones sets it for Martin. Met at the net by Jenna Schwartz. 2-1. Jenna Schwartz coming in with 32 blocks to lead the Panthers. And she adds more to her total on that play. Carthy with the serve. A little long. Martin over the net. Carthy to White and over by Scott. McCready saves it. Helmick and Jones sends it over. Dug up by White. Carthy again. Close to the net. Schwartz trying to save it. We got a dig by Clark. It goes out of bound on the Trojan side. Point Trojans. We're tied at 2. Lexi Mast for the Trojans to serve. White to Clark. Scott's going to have to get, and she does. She got a little bit over. Back line. And that's out of bounds. Helmick with the kill. Mast, McCready, Jones, Setterstrom, Steele, and Helmick for the Trojans. As Mast with the service, dug up by White. Carthy with the assist, and the point for the Panthers as Jones could not corral that ball. It's 3-3. Addison Clark to serve. Jones, Setterstrom. And that's an error. Kinley White tried to dug it up. It ricocheted off her hands and went past the back line for a point for the Trojans. Now serving for the Trojans is Natalie Steele for serving 3, second set. And that's a service ace as Kinley White made contact with that. Meadow Carter in for white now. 5 serving 3. Out of bounds. Service error. Gives the Panthers their 4th point of the set. Coming in is Kinley White. Out is Brianna White. And serving is Meadow Carter. Mass digs it up. Jones with the set. Centerstrom, long, point Panthers. 5-5. Meadow Carter. Service error as that ball hits the net, giving the Trojans their 6th point. Coming in is Iris Lane for Elise Setterstrom. Lane to serve, 6 serving 5. A little long. Clark. Scott with the kill. With authority on that kill. And we got some substitutions. Number 11, Kate Musselman coming in. Alexis Rios coming in. Out is Abby Carthy and Jenna Schwartz. Alexis Rios now to serve. Lane. Jones. Haynes. Dug up by Rios. Set up by Carter. To Alex Scott, and that's a kill. Point Panthers, and they take their first lead of the second set, 7-6. Alexis Rios. Serving, dug up by Lane, set up by Jones, and a kill by Leah Helmick. Very quickly, it's 7-7. Maddie Martin comes back in, as well as Mallory Weigel. Mallory Weigel, my apologies. Out is Helmick. And I did not see who else came out, but 2 came out. Weigel. Carter. Long run by Rios, and that's going to be a service ace. Carter on the back line to Rios, who sets it up for Alex Scott with a little touch at the net, and McCready can't come up with the dig. And that's a point for the Panthers. We're tied at 8. Alex Scott now to serve. Scott hits the net. And an uncharacteristic error for Alex Scott, who's making her return to the rotation tonight after missing Saturday's matchups. McCready to serve for the Trojans, 9 serving 8 in the second set. Meadow Carter to Alexis Rios, sent over the net by Musselman, who blocks that, but is dug up by McCready, and Jones with a little bit of touch and some miscommunication by the Panthers leads to the Trojans' 10th point. And the Fairfield faithful are giving an earful to the Panther side. McCready with the serve. Clark. Rios back to Clark at the net. And it's a point for the Panthers. No. Point Trojans. McCready with the serve. Carter, a little bit too much on that pass. Saved by McCready. Hits the roof. Wow. What a save. Over is White. McCready with the set. Jones. And Starr with the kill. Steele with the kill. 12-8. Timeout. Mount Pleasant. We're going to take a quick timeout. It is 12-8 Trojans in the second set. You're watching Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Soul Threshers.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Gym. You're watching Panther Volleyball Live at Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Soul Threshers as McCready serves it up. And Alexis Rios tried to sneak one by. And unfortunately, it's dug up, and Kinley White cannot come up with the kill, and that's a point for the Trojans, as McCready now serves 13, serving 8. Dug up by Scott. Rios with the set for Clark. A little touch. Lane with the save to Jones. And Steele with the kill. 14-8 Trojans as they start to make their move. And all momentum is on Fairfield's side right now. 7 in a row for the Trojans. Carter from the back line, set up by Rios for Clark. And that's a kill. Iris Lane did her best to dig that up, but unfortunately for the Trojans, came up short. And fortunately for the Panthers, that's a point, as Kinley White will serve 9, serving 14. Weigel to Jones. Steele over the net. Clark with an opportunity. Lane with the dig. Jones with the set to Steele, and it is out of bounds. Point Panthers. White with the serve. Jones sets for Steele. Scott with the dig. Rios with the set to Clark. And a kill for Alex Scott. Isabel McCready unable to come up with that for the Trojans, and it's 11 serving 14. And the side referee is motioning for Abby Carthy. And we have a substitution as Musselman will come out. Kate Musselman comes out. Abby Carthy comes in. Kinley White with the serve. McCready, Jones. And point. Panthers as the block. Makes it 14-12. Kate Musselman comes back in. Out comes Abby Carthy. Kinley White with the serve. Over the net to McCready, set up by Jones. Martin, dug up by Scott, and unfortunately Clark could not catch up to that, and that'll be a point for the Trojans. 15 serving 12. Setterstrom comes back in, replacing Iris Lane. And serving for the Trojans is Faith Jones, who gets it over the net. Met by Alex Scott, set by Alexis Rios. Addison Clark with a little touch for the kill on the back line. Faith Jones could not catch up to it. It is now 15-13 Trojans, and we have a couple substitutions coming up. Jenna Schwartz and Abby Carthy coming in. Kate Musselman and Alexis Rios coming out. And serving will be Abby Carthy. The back line for the Trojans are Setterstrom, Weigel, and McCready. The front features Martin, Jones, and Steele. Setterstrom. And the dig, and then a kill for the Trojans. Lexi Mass comes back in. Maddie Martin departs. (13 serving 16 in the second set. Dug up by Kinley White, set by Madison Clark from deep. Alex Scott over Jones to Steele with the kill. 17-13 Trojans. Timeout, Panthers. We're going to take a brief break. You're watching Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Welcome back to Panther Volleyball, presented by Midwest Old Threshers. We're in the second set. Trojans leading 17-13. Lexi Mass to serve. Schwartz, Brianna White, Alex Scott, Kinley White, Addison Clark, and Abby Carthy for the Panthers. As that's dug up by Kinley White, set up by Carthy. For Clark, to the back line. Dug up by Mass, set, Satterstrom. Met at the net. Carthy sets it for Clark, a little touch. Hit over the net. Carthy again. Schwartz! The kill! Point Panthers, 14 serving 17 as Addison Clark will now serve. McCready, Jones, and Helmick is met at the nets. Point Panthers, a little bit of a rally here for Mount Pleasant. 17-15 as the student section cheers on Addison Clark. A packed house here at Mount Pleasant Gym. Clark, McCready digs it up. Jones sets it up for Steele. Dug up by Carthy, set up by White. Scott met at the net, and net violation. 16 serving 17. Addison Clark once again. Dug up by McCready, set by Jones to Setterstrom, met at the net by Scott. Set by Carthy for Alex Scott. Points! Panthers! And we're tied up at 17. A game of rallies in this set. Clark serving. McCready. That is saved by Mass. Clark, Carthy, Schwartz. No, Jones sets it. Helmick, out of bound. Point, Panthers, they take the lead 18-17. The Trojans thought it was going their way. And the referee's decision is nope. It is point Panthers. Addison Clark serving 18-17. Mass to Jones for Helmick. Carthy tried to dig it up. Too strong. Goes behind to the back line. Nobody there. Kill for Helmick. Serving now for the Trojans is Natalie Steele. 18 even. Ooh. That's a service ace, and not a pretty one for Kinley White there, as she departs for Meadow Carter. White tried to dig that up, but it ricocheted off her front of her face. Carter digs it up. Carthy, Scott finds Steele. Helmick out of bound. Point Panthers. We're tied at 19. Brianna White out. Kinley White back in. Front line is Schwartz, Scott, and White. Back line is Carter, Carthy, and Clark. And we have a kill for the Trojans. Satterstrom. And after that kill, she departs for Iris Lane. She will serve 20, serving 19. Dug up by Clark. Carthy with the quick set over the net. Jones. Haynes met at the net by Schwartz. And that's an error. Haynes put a little bit too much on that. Tied at 20 as we got 2 substitutions coming in. Rios in for Schwartz. Musselman in for Carthy. Alexis Rios to serve. 20, serving 20, second set. McCready digs it up for Jones. Finds Haynes a little long, and the Panthers take a 21-20 lead. Timeout Trojans. We'll take a brief break. 21-20 Panthers second set. You're watching Panthers Volleyball powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Here at the Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me a
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Wow, virgin. Yes.
We talk on
Out of You're watching Panther Volleyball powered by Midwest Old Threshers as Alexis Rios is ready to serve this one. 21-20 Panthers. McCready to Jones. Finds Haynes. Dug up by Rios. Carter with the set. Over is White. Iris Lane to Jones. And an error. Points. Panthers 22-20. Rios serving 22-20. Over the net, Lane to Jones. Met at the net by Scott, and it hit the top by the speakers. It's still in play. That little ricochet made it difficult for the Panthers to set, and that leads to a point for the Trojans, killing that rally for the Panthers. And now serving is Mallory Weigel for the Trojans. 22 serving 21. Carter to Rios. Finds Scott. Weigel digs it up. Maddie Martin, little touch. Rios to Carter. Sets it up for Scott with a little touch and the kill. Weigel tried to get that one dug up, but Alex Scott would not be denied. 23-21 Panthers and a timeout for Mount Pleasant. We're going to keep it here. It's 23-21 in the second set. Addison Clarks has been a leader for the Panthers tonight. Jenna Schwartz doing her thing like she always does defensively with several key blocks. At one point, the Trojans had a 6-point lead in this set. The Panthers have taken control, 23-21, on account to some really good kills and some timely errors for the Trojans. It is homecoming week here in Mount Pleasant. We are at a packed house here in the Mount Pleasant gym between these two rivals, separated only by 24 miles and 28 minutes driving distance down Route 34 west of Mount Pleasant. Alex Scott to serve, and an error. Service error for Scott. Isabel McCready to serve for the Trojans, 22 serving 23. Carter digs it up. Clark had to rescue it. Over by Rios. Jones with the set. And Steele hits the net, and we have set point coming up for the Mount Pleasant Panthers. Brianna White comes in. Meadow Carter departs. Kinley White with the serve. Dug up by Weigel to Jones. Maddie Martin with the touch. Dug up. Clark! Sets! Points! Goes to the Panthers! 25-22. We are even at one set apiece in Mount Pleasant. I told you this was going to be a barn burner. We'll be back from Mount Pleasant Gym. You are watching the Panther Volleyball matchup, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
Mount Pleasant Tire is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. We have everything your car needs, from oil changes to tire and engine repair and much, much more. Give us a call or go online at mountpleasanttires.com. Mount Pleasant Tire, we keep you rolling.
Your dream home in Mount Pleasant is your one-stop shop for everything home decor, flooring, and design. With options from recliners to mattresses and flooring options from vinyl plank to carpet, find your home's beauty at your dream home. Your home, your dream.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Thrills, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Threshers House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
Welcome back to a rowdy Mount Pleasant Community High School gym. I'm Luis Aranda with producer Mike Heaton and videographer Eli Heaton. You are watching Panther Volleyball on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers, as we are getting ready for the third set. As Abby Carthy to serve, dug up by McCready. Jones to steal, dug up by Carthy. Set up by Kinley White, and Alex Scott tried to kill that one. Unfortunately, her wind-up came up a little short. It hits the net, and now Faith Jones for the Trojans will serve, 1 serving 0. Carthy pushes it over. Weigel, Setterstrom, Scott That dig went all the way over the net. And a double hit called on the Trojans. And it's 1-1, Addison Clark to serve. Fairfield won the first set 25-23. They had a 6-point lead at one point in the second set, only for them to fall 25-22, so we're even up at one set apiece. As this rally is almost killed by Alex Scott. What a dig by Faith Jones, as that is 4 hits. An error there on the Panthers' offense. Faith Jones came flying to dig that one up. It kind of caught the Panthers off guard as that dig went over the net. Lexi Mass now to serve for the Trojans, 2 serving 1. Hits the net. Kinley White digs it up. Carthy. White over the net. Setterstrom. Dug up by White. Too far for Carthy. Credit Setterstrom with the kill. 3 serving 1. Lexi Mast. Scott digs it up. Carthy. Clark. Out. For 4-1 Trojans. Mast to serve once again. Schwartz, Carthy, and White on the front line. Clark, White, and Scott in the back line. Kinley White to Carthy. Jenna Schwartz. Dug up by McCready. Jones. Helmick. Clark digs it. Carthy with the set to Alex Scott. Kill! That was needed by the Panthers. It is now 4-2. Meadow Carter to serve. Helmick digs it up to Jones, and her attempted kill comes at a cost, a point for the Panthers on that error. It is now 4-3 Trojans, 3 serving 4. Meadow Carter. Dug up by McCready, set by Jones, steal again. Dug up by Clark. Carthy with the set. Alex Scott over the net. Jones with the dig. McCready with the set. Setterstrom again. Carter digs it up. Carthy sets it over the net to Jones. McCready sets it up. Setterstrom met at the net. And Carter comes up short on the dig. Credit Setterstrom with the kill. 5-3 Trojans. McCready comes out, and Jaden Haynes checks back in. Natalie Steele serving 5-3. Carter set by Carthy for Addison Clark with the kill. Natalie Steele came up short on that dig. And we have substitutions. McCready comes back in. Carthy out. Starr in. Schwartz out. Rios in for the Panthers. Some wet spots on the Trojan side of the court is mopped up, and we're ready for action here as Alexis Rios sets, serves 4 serving 5. Mast digs it up for Jones, sets it for Setterstrom, met by Rios. Clark, Kinley White over, McCready with the dig. Jones over, Helmick, met by Clark. Scott saves it. Clark sends it from the back line. McCready, Jones, and a soft touch for the kill by Jaden Haynes. Trojans, once again, substitution. Iris Lane comes in for Elise Setterstrom. Lane will serve 6 serving 4. Scott dug up Rios. Scott again, met at the net. Scott, Carter over. Lane to Jones. Helmick, man at the net. Rios. Carter. Kinley White. McCready digs it up, and we have a call. And it'll go the Panthers' way. a net violation on the Trojans. Alex Scott to serve. Maya Starr comes in. 5 serving 6. Scott. McCready with the dig. Mass. Helmick met at the nets by Starr and Clark. We're tied at 6. Service ace, Alex Scott. 7-6 Panthers. They take, I believe this is their first lead of the third set. Scott 7 serving 6, and that is a service error. So Scott follows up a service ace with a service error, giving the possession back to the Trojans. Maddie Martin comes in for Lexi Mass. Mallory Weigel in for Leah Helmick, and Weigel to serve. Star Rios and Kinley White in the front line. Meadow Carter, Alex Scott, and Allison Clark in the back line. Kinley White over Jones with the dig, set up by McCready and over back to Jones. Dig by White, set by Rios. Scott over Haynes. Jones met by Starr. Rally continues. Jones over, dug by Scott. High up there for Rios. Sets it for Addison Clark. Iris Lane. Jones, Martin, met at the net by Starr. This rally continues. Dig up by Scott. Rios sets it up for Clark. Dug up by McCready. Back over to the back line. Meadow Carter. Rios over the net. McCready's there. Jones for Martin. Met by Rios. Carter sets it up. Kinley White met at the net. What a dig. Clark back over. Weigel. Haynes. Dig by Carter. Set by Clark. And another dig. Weigel. Lane. Over. Rios sets it. Clark. Out. What a rally that was. Unfortunately, it goes the Trojans' way. I think I said every person's name on that court in that rally, Mike. 8 serving 7, Weigel. A little long, but Carter had to make a decision. Jones, Haynes, Carter digs it up. Rios, Clark stays in. Carter, Rios sets it up for Kinley White. I don't think she was expecting that one. Jones sets it. Martin dug up by Rios. Carter with the set. Addison Clark, kill! 8-8. I couldn't use the enthusiasm in the last rally, Mike. I had to use it on that point by Addison Clark. 8-8. Kinley White serving for the Panthers. Isabel McCready digs it up. Faith Jones. And guess who? Addison Clark with the block. 9-8 Panthers. Being led by senior outside hitter Addison Clark. Kinley White, Iris Lane, Faith Jones, Martin, dug up by Scott, set by Rios. Addison Clark, no. Jones is there. Martin with the attempted kill. Scott with the dig at the net. Credit that one to Martin. Excuse me, that was Haynes, and she checks out. And Isabel McCready to serve. 9 serving 9. This has been a back and forth contest between these two conference rivals. Rios sets it for Starr over the net. Iris Lane to Faith Jones. Natalie Starr dug up by Scott, set up by Rios. Clark again. Weigel, Jones, Martin, Scott for the Panthers. Rios with the set. Addison Clark, a little touch to the back line. Weigel digs it up. Jones to Martin. Met at the net. Brianna White with the block. Assisted by Maya Starr. 10-9 Panthers. And we'll see Abby Carthy substituting in for Maya Starr and Jenna Schwartz in for Alexis Rios. Carthy serving a little long, but in. Steal. Little touch met by Carthy, dug up. Clark with the little touch. Lane digs it up. Jones to Martin. Dug up there. Carthy over. Weigel with the dig. Saved by Jones. Another dig by Scott. Over for McCarthy. McCready finds it. Jones to Martin with a little touch. Dug up by Scott. Carthy to Clark. Weigel. Martin over. White. Carthy sets it. Clark! No. This is a little treacherous here. Kinley White over to the net. Iris Lane. Jones. Steal. It is in. Oh, net violation. And I was excited, but it was net violation against the Panthers. 10-10. Faith Jones to serve. I don't know if I'm going to have much of a voice after this matchup. 10-10 here in the third set. Jones. Kinley White. Carthy. Scott, that's in. Alex Scott punctuates that rally with a kill. 11-10. If you were to describe this by some sort of playground equipment, a teeter-totter would be apropos, as Addison Clark with the service error there is that her serve hits the net. It is 11-11. We have substitutions coming in. Leah Helmick comes in. Out is Maddie Martin. And now Lexi Mass to serve. 11-all, third set. Kinley White digs it up, goes behind her. Addison Clark to Alex Scott, a little long. Point Trojans, 12-11. Mass to serve. White with the dig. Carthy to Schwartz, and that's in. Ooh. Lexi Mass was near there. Did not agree with the side judge. Point Panthers, 12-all. It's getting a little feisty here inside the gym. 12 serving 12. Meadow Carter. Dug up by McCready. Jones for Helmick, and that hits the net. 13-12. Panther faithful getting louder as Meadow Carter serves. McCready digs it out. Jones, steal, and we have a whistle, and it's a net violation on the Panthers. Natalie Steele to serve for the Trojans. Front line is White, Carthy, and Schwartz. Back line is Carter, who digs it up. Clark and Scott also in the back line. Addison Clark. That dig went over the net. Carthy sets it up. Alex Scott's kill. 14-13. Maya Starr returns for Abby Carthy. And Alexis Rios comes in for Jenna Schwartz. And Alexis Rios to serve for the Panthers. 14 serving 13. Third set tied at 1. Jones sets it for Haynes. Deflected at the net. Maya Starr with the kill. That volley was a little close to the net and Maya just dumped it onto the other side for the point for the Panthers. 15-13, Rios to serve. Mast to Jones. Haynes. Dug up by Scott. Rios back to Scott. Met at the net. Scott able to save that one. And an error. Haynes dug it up. Jones was not ready for it, and that results in a point for the Panthers. 16-13. Rios back to serve. McCready to Jones. Helmick. Not enough touch. Kinley White met at the net. Point. Credit the block to Jaden Haynes. By Jaden Haynes. 16-14, and Iris Lane comes back into this matchup. Lane, Mass, McCready in the back line. Jones, Haynes, and Helmick in the front line for the Trojans. Rios for White, and that's going to be saved. But too far from McCready, and that results in a point for the Panthers. It's 17-14. Maya Starr credited for the kill. And she's shaking her head, saying, I had nothing to do with this. Alex Scott to serve. Dug up by Lane, sent by Jones, Haynes, Carter. Rios having to save it. Clark out of bound. Double substitutions come in. Martin for Mast. And Weigel for Helmick. Lane, Weigel, McCready in the back line. Haynes, Jones, Martin in the front line. Starr, Rios, Kinley White front. As there's a service ace off of the forearm of Alex Scott, who's joined in the back line by Meadow Carter and Addison Clark. And there's a timeout from Mount Pleasant. We're going to take a quick break after this. We'll come back. You're watching Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant High School Gym. You're watching Panther Volleyball live on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers. We're in the third set. Mallory Weigel to serve for Trojans. Addison Clark. Well, that looked like it was going to go long. It dug up by McCready. Over the net for Martin. Dug up by Scott. A little touch there. Lane over. Rios. Here comes Clark over. McCready to Jones. Sets up Haynes, and it's out of bounds. Point Mount Pleasant. 18-16. Kinley White. And that's a service ace as Lane dug it up, but nobody was there to receive it. 19-16 Mount Pleasant. Brianna White, Maya Starr, and Addison Clark in the front line. The back line is Rios, Kinley White, who just dug that out, and Alex Scott. Addison Clark. Her rally attempt results in a point for the Trojans as that ball went out of bound. And Isabel McCready now to serve. 17 serving 19. White dug up to Rios. Brianna White met by Lane. Steal over the net. Dug up by Rios. Star with a little kiss. Kill for Maya Starr, who will depart in this rotation for Abby Carthy. Jenna Schwartz comes in, replacing Alexis Rios, and Abby Carthy will serve, and Fairfield will call timeout. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Panther Volleyball, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Welcome back to a loud and rowdy but fun and festive atmosphere here at Mount Pleasant High School Gym as Abby Carthy opens this rally, as that is a service ace, as Isabel McCready had too much on that dig, much to her surprise and chagrin. That is a point for the Panthers, 21-17. This is their largest lead margin of the set. Jones for steal, and that's long. It's now 22-17 Panthers. Carthy to serve. McCready to Jones. Steal. Credited with the kill as White's dig comes up short. 22-18. Iris Lane leaves. Elise Setterstrom comes in. Meadow Carter comes in, replacing Kinley White. Faith Jones with the serve. Dug up by Carter, set by Carthy. Clark. There's a dig by Carthy. Carter. Kinley White. Too much touch on that one. Hits the net. Point Trojans. 22-19. Mount Pleasant. Faith Jones to serve again. Dug up by Clark. Set by Carthy. A little touch. Dug up by Jones. Setterstrom over the net. Carthy to Carter. Sets up Clark. Met at the net. Clark sets it. Carthy over. Weigel to Jones. Setterstrom. It looked like it was tipped at the net. And it's going to go to Panthers. No, it's going to go to Trojans. I saw the tip. Originally looked like the referees were going to give it to the Panthers. They made the correct call, despite the objections of the partisan Panther prideful partners. People, thank you. Jones. Carter with the dig to Clark with the set over is Carter, who's met by McCready, set up by Jones. Steele with the kill just inside the sideline. And the Trojans are 1 point away from tying this, and the Panthers are going to call a timeout. It's 22-21. Fairfield, while we have a minute, Mount Pleasant Live is your exclusive home for Mount Pleasant Athletics at home. Our next presentation will be this Friday as the Mount Pleasant Panthers football team hosts the Demons of Washington in the 2026 homecoming game, live from Bob Evans Field at the Leaf. Pre-game will start at around 7:15 with kickoff at 7:30. Please join me and Mike Heaton on the call from the Leaf. It is 22-21 Trojans in the third set. Faith Jones to serve. Mallory Weigel, Isabel McCready, Maddie Martin, Elise Setterstrom, and Leah Helmick for the Trojans. Schwartz tipped it. Carthy to Carter. Kinley White, too much air. Another unforced error by number 5, Brianna White, who's joined in the front line by Jenna Schwartz. In the back line, we have Carthy, Clark, Carter, and Scott. Carthy to Clark. Weigel to Jones. Steele, White, Carthy. Sets up Clark. Met at the net. Setterstrom with the kill. And now the Trojans have a 23-22 lead. Faith Jones to serve. A turn of events here. Carter with the dig. Set up for Carthy. Schwartz over Jones. McCready. Setterstrom with an opportunity. Carter with the dig. Carthy sets it for Schwartz. A little long. Martin with the touch. Clark digs it up. Carthy for Clark. Finds a spot, but saved. And nobody there. McCready knew. McCready knew it. The minute she made contact with the ball was too soft. Too much touch there for a Trojan to hit it over the net. And just like in the first set, it's 23-23. Clark, Setterstrom over the net. Schwartz says, I'll take that, and I will nicely put it on your side. 24-23, set point coming up for the Trojans. We'll take a quick break. Panther Volleyball,
Jim Barton
Midwest
Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
The energy is boundless in the gym. Welcome back, Panther Volleyball. Live on Mount Pleasant Live, brought to you by Midwest Old Threshers. 24-23, set point here. Addison Clark. Jones with the set for Steele. Met by Clark. Here we go. Carthy for Scott. It is out of bound. Points. Trojans. And we're going to go to some additional points in the set. 24-24. Substitutions. Lexi Mass now to serve. Leah Helmick checks back in. Carter digs it up for Carthy. Alex Scott! Out of bound. Now the Trojans with an opportunity for set point here in the third set. Massed again. Let's see if the Panthers can contain. Massed. Dug up by Carter to Carthy to Scott. Met by McCready. Jones. Helmick. Met at the net. Dug up by Scott. With a little touch. Save. Setterstrom. Carter. Carthy. Clark from the back line. Mass with the save. Here comes the rally. McCready. No! The Trojans steal this set, 26-24. Set point credited to, I can't remember, I think it was McCready. McCready from the back line hits the net and it rolls just shy of the Panthers' reach. Set number 3 goes to Fairfield. We go to set 4. You're watching Panther Volleyball on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers. Let's see if the Panthers can come back here. We'll be right back.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
Mount Pleasant Tire is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. We have everything your car needs, from oil changes to tire and engine repair and much, much more. Give us a call or go online at mountpleasanttires.com. Mount Pleasant Tire, we keep you rolling.
Your dream home in Mount Pleasant is your one-stop shop for everything home decor, flooring, and design. With options from recliners to mattresses and flooring options from vinyl plank to carpet, find your home's beauty at your dream home. Your home, your dream.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Thrills, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a dew.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
Luis Aranda back here at Mount Pleasant Community High School gym. You're watching Panther Volleyball Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers. It is 2-1. Fairfield took set number 1, 25-23. Mount Pleasant came back, took set 2, 25-22. And then set 3, Fairfield escaped with a 26-24 score as Fairfield opens set number 4, taking a 1-0 lead. Faith Jones to serve. Alex Scott digs it up. Alexis Rios back to Scott to the back line. McCready at the net. Jones able to save it. This looks like, oh my goodness, again. A very similar hit to that of the end of the third set. It just hits the net and just finds a way to find the court floor on the Panther side. 2-0 is your score. Rios sends it over. McCready, Satterstrom to the back line, met by Scott, Rios, Brianna White. McCready to Jones. Steele, met by White, set by Rios. Clark, no, dug up by Jones. McCready over, finds Scott, Rios over. McCready digs it up to Jones, Satterstrom with the kill. 3-0 Trojans early on here in the third set. Out of bounds, service error for Faith Jones. And now substitutions coming in. Kate Musselman out, Abby Carthy in, Jenna Schwartz in, Alexis Rios out, Abby Carthy to serve. She is joined in the back line by Alex Scott and Meadow Carter. The front line is Jenna Schwartz, Brianna White, and Addison Clark. Carthy. Jones with the set. Steele out of bounds. Helmick with the dig. And Steele had a little bit too much power on that attempted kill. Carthy to serve, 2 serving 3. McCready Close to the net, Setterstrom with the kill. Lexi Mast comes back in. Maddie Martin departs, and Mast will serve. Meadow Carter digs it out. Carthy to Addison Clark. Mass to Jones. Helmick deflected off of Jenna Schwartz. Helmick with the kill. It's now 5-2 Trojans in the fourth set. Turn of events here. All the momentum was swinging the Panthers' way at late in the third set. Mast. Carter digs it up. Over by Carthy. Jones now to Setterstrom. That's long. Out of bound. Point Panthers. 3 serving 5, and it will be Addison Clark. McCready. To Jones. Helmick long. 4 serving 5 coming up. Helmick. And a kill by Jenna Schwartz. Right place, right time for Jenna Schwartz to dump that over the nets. 5-5. Clark again to serve. Clark is joined by Carthy and Carter in the back line. The front line is Scott, Schwartz, and Brianna White. McCready to Jones. Steele met by White. Carthy to Clark. A little touch. McCready set by Jones. Close to the net. Setterstrom with the kill. At least Setterstrom has been very impressive today. A 6-foot middle hitter in this rotation for the Trojans. Natalie Steele to serve, 6 serving 5. Carter digs it up. Carthy to Addison Clark, dug up by Steele, set by Jones. Setterstrom met in the back line by Clark. Carthy to Scott with authority, and that's a kill. 6-6. Now serving for the Panthers is Meadow Carter. Back and forth has been the story of this matchup between these two conference foes. Setterstrom, at least Setterstrom has been finding the gaps, the holes, every opportunity she has to kill for the Trojans. And again, the Trojans will serve, leading 7-6. Iris Lane serving 7-6 as, again, we have some mob-up duty. Faith Jones does the honors. Lane. Carter. Carthy. Scott. That's in. An impressive kill there by Alex Scott to tie this matchup 7-7. We have Rios coming in for Schwartz and Musselman coming in for Carthy. Rios to serve, 7-7. That serve looked a little short, goes over the net. Steele met by Rios. Clark. Lane, McCready, Helmick. Dug up by Rios, set up by Carter. Scott met at the net. Helmick, Clark. Impressive rally here to Scott. Helmick, Jones sends it over. Rios digs it up. Carter sets it for White. Too much touch. Hits the net. 8-7 Trojans. Maddie Martin comes in, replaced by... I'm sorry, Maddie Martin comes in for Alexi Mast. Mallory Weigel in for Leah Helmick. And Weigel will serve 8-7, fourth set. Dug up by Clark, set up by Rios. Alex Scott, stats out of bound. Oh. Coach Schrader is calling, indicating that it was tipped at the net, which would have gone the Panthers' way. The referees say no. Play on. 9-7 Trojans. Weigel dug up by Carter. Sent over and a kill by Alexis Rios. I think she was surprised that was successful. We'll take it. Panthers 8. Trojans 9. Alex Scott with the serve. Lane, error. That's going to be a service ace. Alex Scott put everything in that serve. I think it caught Iris Lane a little bit off guard. It ricocheted in front of her. Unfortunately for the Panthers, no Trojans there. And then the service ace is followed up by a service error. Point Trojans. 10 serving 9. Isabel McCready with the serve. Meadow Carter digs it up. Rios sets it for Alex Scott. Weigel there. That's a kill. Weigel was a little despondent on that one. Nothing she could do. Just ricocheted off her forearm and out of bounds. Kinley White to serve. And that hits the net. Martin. Kill. Addison Clark. 11 serving 10. McCready to Jones. Ooh. Steele with the kill. Satterstrom coming back in, replacing Iris Lane. Faith Jones to serve. Rios. McCready with the dig. Jones. And that's going to be 4 hits. Some close action at the net benefiting the Panthers. And Jenna Schwartz will come back in, replacing Alexis Rios. Kate Musselman out. Abby Carthy in. Carthy to serve. She's joined in the back line by Alex Scott and Meadow Carter. The front line consists of Addison Clark, Brianna White, and Jenna Schwartz. Carthy, Setterstrom with the dig. Jones to steal. It is points Panthers. And the Trojans are saying it was deflected at the net. I would have to agree with the Fairfield side. It looked like there was a deflection. The referees did not see it, and it's 13 serving 11. Carthy dug up by Weigel. Jones to Setterstrom, met at the net by Schwartz. Clark. Helmick, McCready over. Carter, set up by Carthy. Clark. Weigel with the dig. Jones sets it. Steele, met by Scott. Carthy. Schwartz! No. McCready sets it. Setterstrom. Dug up by Carter. Set by Carthy. Scott with a little touch. Steele behind her to Jones. Scott. Carthy! Oh. That rally goes to the Trojans. 13-12. Martin outmassed in. Weigel out. Helmick in for the Trojans. Clark is appealing to the referee. And to no avail. Mast 13 serving 12. Dug up by Carter. Carthy sets it for Scott, who sends it over to net. Met by Mast. Jones to Setterstrom, who's met by Carthy. Carter for Brianna White. Setterstrom digs it up. Little trouble here, and that's going to be a point. 14-12, Mount Pleasant. Speaking with my colleague Andy Krutzinger prior to tonight's matchup, the sports reporter for the Southeast Iowa Union, as Addison Clark with a service ace makes it 15-12. He talked about this matchup likely going 5 sets. These are two evenly matched up teams. As I mentioned prior, only separated by half a game, as the Panthers come in at 13-8 and the Trojans 13-9, as again, the Panthers with an unforced error following a service ace, a service error. Momentum back on the Trojan side. Natalie Steele serving 13-15. We'll take it. 16-13 Mount Pleasant on that service error. Meadow Carter to serve. Kinley White comes back in, replacing Brianna White. Front line of Schwartz, Scott, and Kinley White. Back line of Carter, Carthy, and Clark. Jones to Helmick. Met at the line by Jenna Schwartz with the block. 17-13 Panthers. Timeout Trojans. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Panther Volleyball on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest All Threshers.
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Back at it here in Mount Pleasant. Luis Aranda, Mike Heaton, Eli Heaton. You're watching Panther Volleyball live on Mount Pleasant Live, presented by Midwest Old Threshers, as Meadow Carter serves it up. Setterstrom over the net, dug up by Clark. Carthy to White, blocked. Clark to Scott. Too much touch. 17-14. Despite the 3-point lead, it is truly anybody's matchup right now. Carter to Carthy. Jones to Steele. Helmick. Wow. And Haynes with the kill. We have not heard much from Jaden Haynes today, who leads, coming in, led with 53 kills for Fairfield. 17-15, Iris Lane to serve. Clark digs it up for Carthy. Kinley White over. Helmick met at the net by Schwartz. Another opportunity, and Helmick comes up short, 18-15. Alexis Rios comes in for Jenna Schwartz, and Kate Musselman. I don't know who Eric Musselman is, a basketball coach. Kate Musselman, no relation, comes in. Alexis Rios serving. Point Mount Pleasant, 19-15. Rios, McCready to Jones, Haynes, out of bound. 20-15. Front line of Kinley White, Kate Musselman, Alex Scott, Meadow Carter, Addison Clark, and Alexis Rios in the back. McCready to Jones, Haynes again, and she'll get credit for the kill this time. 20-16. Martin comes in, Mass comes out. Weigel comes in, out goes Helmick, and Weigel will serve. 16 serving 20, set 4. Carter digs it up, goes behind. Scott, one more hit. Carter over. Jones over. At the net. A little touch by Musselman. Out of bound. Point Mount Pleasant. 21-16. Alex Scott to serve. Scott dug up by Lane. Haynes with the set to Martin. Met at the net. Points. Musselman with the kill. And we got timeout on the court. 22-16 Mount Pleasant here in the fourth set. If you're just joining us, Fairfield took the first set 25-23. Mount Pleasant bounced back with a 3-point victory in set number 2, 25-22. And what appeared to be a second set victory for Mount Pleasant took a turn, and Fairfield stole one, 26-24. And now we are points away from going to a decisive fifth set if the Panthers can convert 3 more points. And we are thankful and excited for you joining us on this Tuesday evening in Mount Pleasant. 22-16, Alex Scott to serve. Out of bounds. Unforced errors have been the story of the game for the Panthers, and the Trojans have been able to convert on those unforced errors throughout the evening. Carter, that's a kill by Addison Clark, 23-17. Carter, I believe Musselman with the assist, and the kill by Addison Clark, and Kinley White will serve. 23-17. Weigel to Jones. Steal. A dig. Over to Clark. Lane digs it up. Steal. Met at the net by Clark with the block. And we have a set point coming up for the Panthers. 24-17. Kinley White. McCready to Jones. Steal. Scott with a one-handed dig. Rios over, met by McCready. Jones sets it for Steele. What a dig! Over the net, McCready to Jones. Martin. Rios. Ricocheted off her hands, 24-18. And the door is cracked slightly for the Trojans as Elise Setterstrom comes back in, replacing Iris Lane. Faith Jones to serve. Next point wins it for the Panthers. Scott digs it up. Rios. Addison Clark. We're going to a fifth and decisive set. The Panthers take set 4, 25-18. Strap it in, folks. We're going to a final set. You are watching Panther Volleyball, presented by Midwest Old Threshers. We'll be right back.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace. Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes. Straight up out of the we talk on all over the world.
Out of... There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that? Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
Mount Pleasant Tire is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. We have everything your car needs, from oil changes to tire and engine repair and much, much more. Give us a call or go online at mountpleasanttires.com. Mount Pleasant Tire, we keep you rolling.
Your dream home in Mount Pleasant is your one-stop shop for everything home decor, flooring, and design. With options from recliners to mattresses and flooring options from vinyl plank to carpet, find your home's beauty at your dream home. Your home, your dream.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
Thrill, chills, and things that go bump in the night. The Russians' House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back to Panther Volleyball, presented by Midwest Old Threshers, Luis Aranda. Providing you the sights and sounds with my producer, Mike Heaton, and our camera person, Eli Heaton. It is the fifth and final set. First to 15 with a 2-point spread wins it. It has been a back-and-forth affair. Momentum swinging both ways, and both teams showing grit and resilience. None of that matters because it all comes down to the set. Abby Carthy to serve. McCready set up by Jones to steal, deflected at the nets. Short of the reach of Carthy, and the Trojans score first. And I believe they have scored first in 4 of the 5 sets we've had today, Mike. Faith Jones to serve, 1 serving 0. Carter digs it for Carthy. Addison Clark, dug up by Weigel. Sent over the net by Faith Jones, just out of the reach of the back line. Alex Scott was the intended Panther player to dig that up, but unfortunately, it results in a point. Jones, dug up by Scott. Carthy to Clark with a little bit of a touch. McCready, Jones again. Setterstrom, dug up by Carthy. And a little mix-up there. 3-0 Trojans. Mount Pleasant with an early timeout, down 3-0. We'll take a quick break. Powered by Midwest Health Threshers.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
3, chill, and things that go bump in the night. The Threshers House of Terror. Family-friendly Halloween treat. Visit the Midwest Haunted Rail. Unlimited rides on the Ghost Train, trolley, and carousel, blow-ups, and carnival ride, all for one low price. Kids 4 and under free. Scare up some fun at Midwest Haunted Rails, McMillan Park, Mount Pleasant.
Welcome back to Panther Volleyball Live, presented by Midwest Health Threshers. We are in the 5th set. Faith Jones to serve for the Trojans, 3-0 Fairfield. Alex Scott digs it up for Meadow Carter. Sent over the net by Abby Carthy. Met by McCready, set by Jones. And Natalie Steele with the kill. It's now 4-0. Madison Clark trying to rally her teammates. They just need a stop here. Faith Jones to serve. Carter with the dig. Carthy. Clark. Dug up by Weigel. McCready to Jones. Scott. Carthy. Schwartz. McCready. Setterstrom. 5-0. Elise Setterstrom once again with a timely kill. And for the 6th time this set, Faith Jones to serve. Carter near the back line, digs it up for Carthy. Brianna White ricochets off of Maddie Martin. And the Panthers are on the board. It's 5-1. Addison Clark serving 1-5. Weigel to Jones. Setterstrom met at the net. Off of Schwartz into the net. Meadow Carter couldn't do anything about it. It's 6-1 Trojans. We have some substitutions coming in. Lexi Mast and Leah Helmick in for Mallory Weigel and Maddie Martin. On the front line is Schwartz, Carthy, and Scott. In the back line is Brianna White, Addison Clark, and Meadow Carter. Some condensation on the floor being wiped up by Alex Scott. 6-1. In the 5th and decisive set between these two conference rivals. Lexi Mast to serve. Scott. Schwartz over Clark. Mast to Jones. Setterstrom met by Carthy. Carter to Scott. Touched. Mast with the dig. Jones for Helmick. And another kill, 7-1. So what was a back and forth affair for the first 4 sets has been all Trojans here in the 5th and final set, 7-1. Lexi Mast to serve. Dug up by Carter. Carthy to Scott, met at the net, saved. McCready. Setterstrom with the kill, and a timeout by Coach Schrader as Fairfield has all the momentum. We'll be right back. You're watching Panther Volleyball, presented by Midwest
Ding
Health
dong.
Threshers.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. me the sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me the dew.
Welcome back to Panther Volleyball live on YouTube, presented by Midwest Old Threshers. Lexi Mass serving 8-1 in the 5th and decisive set. Alex Scott Carthy back to Scott, met at the net. It's still alive. 4 hits though. 9-1 Trojans. Carter digs it up. Scott to Schwartz. Dug up by Mast. Setterstrom at the net, and it's a double hit. All right, it's 9-2. And substitutions coming in. Kinley White in for Brianna White. Meadow Carter to serve, 2 serving 9. Setterstrom to the back line. Clark is there. Carthy. Kill by Kinley White. That was desperately needed by the Panthers. Try to get this crowd back. 3 serving 9, Meadow Carter. Helmick with the dig over Carthy. Scott's little touch and a net violation. Point to the Panthers. 4 serving 9. Carter. Service ace. And a timeout for Fairfield. So the Panthers have rallied 4 in a row. It's now 9-5 Trojans here in the 5th set. Let's reset this matchup for you. Fairfield took the first set 25-23. Mount Pleasant took the second set 25-22. In set 3, Mount Pleasant looked like they were in control, but they let Fairfield back in due to some unforced errors. 26-24. Fairfield in set 3. Mount Pleasant took set 4, 25-18. And now it is 9-5 Trojans. Panthers serve. Meadow Carter. The front line is Jenna Schwartz, Kinley White, Alex Scott. The back line is Addison Clark, Abby Carthy, and Meadow Carter to serve. McCready to Jones. Steele. Carthy's there. Carter. Kinley White. Jones. McCready for Setterstrom. Deflected. Kill. Elise Setterstrom has been everywhere for the Trojans. Timely kills. Digs out of nowhere. And now Natalie Steele. Dug up by Scott. Carthy to Scott. Jones to Mast. Setterstrom. Carthy with the dig. Carter with the set. Alex Scott off of Mast. And that's a kill. 10-6. Alexis Rios comes in for Jenna Schwartz. Kate Musselman comes in for Abby Carthy. So the front line is Scott, Musselman, and Kinley White. The back line is Meadow Carter, Addison Clark, and Alexis Rios serving. Dug up by Mass, set up by Jones. Setterstrom with a little bit of a touch. Carter with the dig. Scott met at the net by Jaden Haynes with the block. Iris Lane comes in for Elise Satterstrom. She will serve. It's 11-6 Fairfield. The Panthers need a stop, and they need it right now. Rios sets it up for Scott, and right on cue. Alex Scott with the kill. It's Slurpee time. 7 serving 11, and that is not a paid advertisement. Alex Scott. Mast digs it up. Jones, Haynes. Off of Kinley and Musselman. 12-7 Fairfield. Jaden Haynes has been relatively quiet, but she has had 2 kills already in this set. Mallory Weigel to serve. Alex Scott digs it up. Allison Clark. Kinley White over. McCready. Over the nets. 13-7 Trojans as they are nearing the 15-point marker. The Panthers need a stop in this possession to avoid facing set point. Weigel, Carter, Carthy over the net. Set by Jones. Martin. Dug up by Scott. Addison Clark. Still alive. And a point. A lift is called. And now match point for the Trojans. 7 serving 14. Weigel. Scott. Rios. Clark to the back. Weigel to the front to Jones. An opportunity here is Haynes. No. At the nets, and an unforced error leads to the Trojans taking set number 5 and taking this one in Mount Pleasant 15-7. 3-2. Fairfield with the victory. They move now to 14-9 on the season, and the Panthers go to 13-9. This was a long one. 3-2. Fairfield with the victory. We'll be right back with the post-game show powered by Your Dream Home Furniture and Floors in Mount Pleasant. You've been watching
Located just south of the Mount Pleasant Square, Phillips Auto Clinic has you covered. Whether it's an oil change, an engine repair, tire replacement, and anything and everything in between, we've got what your vehicle is looking for. Phillips Auto Clinic. See us today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Here at The Morning Breath, we start every morning with style and grace.
Give me
Engaging you with thoughtful and critically thinking topics to start your day.
Did you know that Pop-Tarts are like horrible for you?
While always maintaining a professional and family-friendly environment.
John, you're no longer a virgin.
Oh, and all the other stuff.
Flowers. Yes, green the bottom. We talk on all over the world.
Out of There's another word for that, Peter. What do we call that?
Cold.
It is cold. It's going to get
Weekdays at 7:15, only on the Southeast Iowa Video Network Facebook and YouTube page.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Community High School Gym. This is Luis Aranda with my producer behind me, Mike Heaton, and behind the camera, Eli Heaton, where we have just witnessed the Panther-Trojan matchup where the Fairfield Trojans take this one 3-2. You are watching the Mount Pleasant Panther postgame show brought to you by Your Dream Home Furniture and Floors in Mount Pleasant. Folks, it was an exciting evening. Unfortunately for the Panthers, it did not come out their way, as in the fifth and final set, the Trojans ran away with it by a 15-7 marker. Elise Satterstrom for the Fairfield Trojans was the story of this matchup, with timely hits, timely kills, timely digs, setting it up with touches that the Panther defense could not withstand. On the Panther side, Addison Clark did her best as the leader of this team. The Panthers are also rallying behind the return of Alex Scott, who had some uncharacteristic errors on services specifically, and also early on was a little too powerful on some kill attempts that went to the back line that gave Fairfield an early advantage. But this was definitely a back-and-forth affair. It was teetering in the Panthers' direction in the third set, leading 23-21. The Trojans rallied several points to tie it at 23-23. The Panthers took a 24-23 lead, and unfortunately, the bounces and caroms did not go the Panthers' way, as on set point for the Trojans, Isabel McCready from the back line hit the ball, volleyed the ball over the net, hit the net, and it dropped just out of the reach of the Mount Pleasant front line, setting up a fourth set, which the Panthers dominated by the score of 25-18. However, the Trojans never let up in the fifth and deciding set, going up as high as 9-1, leading up to a 15-7 fifth set, which then is the final marker of 3-2. Unfortunately, we are unable to talk to Coach Schrader for the post-game show. We will catch her next time, hopefully, when we come back into live action. So, folks, this was a disappointing outcome for the Panthers. However, it was an exciting game, as we anticipated it being a conference matchup between two close rivals, separated by only 24 miles on this homecoming week. And credit to the Mount Pleasant faithful, the student section. They were going back and forth with the visiting Fairfield section. It was an exciting evening, and unfortunately for the Panthers, it just didn't go their way. So, thank you for watching the Mount Pleasant Panther postgame show brought to you by Your Dream Home Furniture and Floors in Mount Pleasant, where the Fairfield Trojans take this one 3-2, 25-23, 22-25, 26-24, 18-25, and 15-7 for the final 3-2 marker. Our next live action on this channel will be on Friday, September 26th, as the Panther football team takes on the Demons from Washington High School in their homecoming game. Coverage begins at 7:15 with kickoff at 7:30. For producer Mike Heaton and videographer Eli Heaton, I am Luis Aranda, bidding you a farewell and good night from the Mount Pleasant Community High School Gym. This has been Mount Pleasant Panther Volleyball on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Old Threshers. Good night.
Hey, you want to see something really scary?
3, 2,